Dear viewers, welcome to our second video of Power Electronics Introduction. The contents that we are going to see today will be, we are going to revisit the definition that we have already given for power electronics, review the basic components of power electronics, going to see in detail about the power converters and the types of power converters and the applications of power converters, which means the power electronics applications. As mentioned earlier, the power electronics deals with the devices that is used for conversion and control of the electric power. So basically we will be having a source and a load which will be operating in different magnitudes and frequencies, and this power converters acts as a balance between these two, namely the source and the load. Just a glimpse of the basic electronic components that are used in general: the resistors, the capacitors, switches, light emitting diodes, the inductors, transistors, and so on. Hope you would have come across these components in your basic electric circuits lab and theory and electron devices subject as well. Once again, fundamentals: active and passive components, electronic components mainly. When will we say passive component? Is that this component basically is used to absorb energy, it never amplifies. Whereas in case of an active, this will be requiring an additional power source for operation, as well as it will provide amplification. For instance, we know that the transistor can be used as an amplifier, more precisely a current amplifier, whereas the passive components like the resistors, capacitors, the resistors basically dissipates the energy, the capacitors and the inductors are used to store energy for a small passage of time. Coming to power converters, the power converter here is the key component to balance the electric power supply with the requirement of the load. For example, we need to charge a mobile phone. In our house, we have a 220 volt AC supply with 50 Hz frequency, whereas the load here, the charging of the mobile phone, requires a 5 volt DC. Okay, so here we need a power converter. That is the adapter that we are basically using, or in layman terms, the charger that is used for charging the mobile phone. If we try to open that and see, we will be able to see initially a transformer to step down the voltage from 240 to maybe 24 volts, and then a rectifier which once again converts the AC to DC, and then the filters to cut out the ripples, and then it gives the required current for charging to the electric load, here the mobile phone. This is a simple example to understand the power converters. This is one type of power converter. Well, it's not the only one. There are different types. We are going to see that. Here comes the power converters. The first one is the AC to DC converter. Just now I mentioned about that, the rectifier which converts AC into DC. The next one is called the chopper or a DC to DC converter, which converts the fixed DC into a variable DC. So here we will be seeing like buck converters, boost converters, buck boost and cook converters. Next comes the cyclo converter, which converts the fixed AC voltage and frequency into a variable frequency and magnitude AC voltage. This is called as a regulator or a cyclo converter. The DC to AC converter is also called as an inverter, which is basically used in the UPS applications in our day-to-day houses, where we use a battery that is being charged when there is power, and once the power goes off, the charge is converted into AC supply, which is used for our household applications. This is the role of an inverter. So in general, we are going to cover all these 4 types of power converters in detail in each and every chapter of this subject. Coming to the application part, basically today's market is occupied with telecommunication, mobile communication, mobile phones, the automobiles, the electric vehicles, automatic vehicles, satellite communication, and you can see all those applications are covered as the part of power electronics, which forms the core part. Hence, if you are good in power electronics, you have an assured career ahead of you. Thanks for watching. Keep watching for the upcoming videos where we will be diving deep into each and every type of converters and so on. Thank you for the listening. Thank you.